One. Hello, you guys. It's Brizah here, and today I will be helping you with the Unit 6 R homework. And as you know, Unit 6 is sampling distribution. So let's get started. Like it says here, use the Karloff dataset, and the key for the Karloff dataset, which I'm pretty sure everyone has, is this is Unit 6. Let's get started. Make sure you already have at hand your Prelab 6 script and all the dataset and such, and an R script. And so the first question is to generate a histogram of credit hours. So we will go here, copy and paste, and then we will go back to the R script and then do this, and then we will do this. Now, as you know, this is already filled in, but make sure you always fill everything in. It's still important. I know it's Unit 6, but there are still some people I know will be like forgetting to change it to suit what the question is, what the data set you're using, so make sure you use that. And so we generated a histogram, and as you can see, the histogram is very jagged. It's as hills, and normally, and it's asking if it's a normal distribution. And as you know, if you had read the chapter that goes with this unit, a normal distribution is a kind of bell shape, so it's more uniformed. It's more in the middle, but here it's more jagged, so the answer here would be no. And here it says mean of credit hours and standard deviation of credit hours, and we already calculated that, so you can go ahead and input that if you're following along. Now, here it's telling us to draw one sample of size n equals 10 from the dataset and calculate the mean and standard deviation. The question, though, is would you expect the mean and standard deviation of the sample to be the same as the mean and sample standard deviation found in question 1? Now, if we go back, we will check. We will get the code right here, as you can see. Copy and paste. Hopefully you can do that. Hopefully you're somehow understanding this. It's hard at first, but then it usually gets easier. Trust me. I know how you feel in this class, like a majority of the times. Make sure everything changes to fix the question. Go. And we will be using size 10. Make sure everything's 10. Credit hours. Also, since you're here, make sure you get the mean and the standard deviation. Here we go. Change everything to 10, like said before. See? Now the thing is, you want to make sure you get everything when you're using these. Even the smallest thing, if you forget to do the smallest thing, it will mess up with your code and it will say it's wrong. And so we calculated the mean and standard deviation. The mean here is 12.4, and the standard deviation is not available apparently. So as you can see here, the mean is 12.15. So it's not the same because of the standard deviation. The standard deviation is not available, and yes, the mean is similar, but the standard deviation also is dependent. So it has to compare and be depending on both. Even though one is there, that does not mean it is always equal. So the next question. Now this time we have to use 1,000 samples. Okay, so let's get that ready. So just go ahead and copy and paste the one you used beforehand and change everything back to fix it. Now for this one, we're still using n equals 10. So you don't have to change the x bar 10. Really, just put a or b, put anything if you want, and it worked. And as you can see here, the mean for 10A, which is the 1,000 samples, is 12.23, and the standard deviation is 1.27 or 28 if you would like to round. Now, is the mean of the sampling distribution of the 1,000 samples or the mean of one sample closer to the population mean found in question 1. Now, like we said earlier, question 1, it's 12.15, if I do believe so. And then the one for sample 1 is 12.4. That's sample 1. One sample. And the one for 1,000 samples is 12.23. Now, of course, it's going to be the mean of the 1,000 sample means. This is because of the fact that the 1,000 sample means actually has a standard deviation, and it's 12.23, which is fairly closer than 12.4, because the first one's 12.15. 12.23 isn't that far away. It's about 6 math, 6 or so. Sorry if my math's wrong. And while the one for one sample is about 25 away, so it'd be better if it's less than more, which is common for this class, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Okay, question 4. We will be using the same code as we used in questions 2 and 3. However, this time we will use different ends. So we're going to use 1,000 samples still, but the sample size will increase. So, like always, it's also asking for shapes. And when using sampling distributions, it is always histograms. So we will go copy and paste. Control C. So we will be using 30 for the sample size now. We will enter it, and then we have to get the mean and standard. No, the histogram. Sorry. And so we will get the histogram from the pre-lab script and get it ready so we are able to notice the shapes as the sample size increases. If you've read along, if you've read the chapter, oopsie, I'm pretty sure you already know what will happen. But, you know, if you don't know what happens, I would like you to guess if you know what happens. If you would like to guess what happens. I know some people don't like guessing because they're like, oh no. But in this class, if you think you have a gut instinct that you're right, most likely go with it. Because most times in this class, you will be right. Sometimes it's hard. But hopefully you are right because I never was right. Except every once in a while when I actually was right and I was given credit. I was like so happy because this class is hard sometimes, but it's also easy. Look at the histogram for X bar 30 and X bar 75. X bar 30, least it's less sample size than X bar 75, and it's such a uniform, it's in a model, and it is symmetric. Now, if we look at X bar 75, it is the same, but there's larger, and it's more unimodal and symmetric. And so the answer would be unimodal and symmetric. Okay, and that is it. Basically, that's as much as I can help with. The rest you are able to do so, I believe. If you do need help, I would say read chapters, watch videos, ask Brizahs. If you do not understand something, use the artwork notes or watch videos. It is very helpful in sorts of ways. Sometimes Brizahs can't teach, but sometimes he's not supposed to teach and he does. So you should be very thankful for him to be able to help you And I know this unit might be a bit confusing and like it's hard at first, but throughout the course you will get better and it'll be easier. And I'm just saying this as advice, and hopefully you can watch it. Yay, I did it. Kind of. Hopefully this helped you a bit. If it did not, I feel so bad. I wasn't that good in this class, sadly. But have a good day, and I hope you have a good year. Thank you.